Hello friends, welcome to Kamath Astrology, and today we will cover one more topic, that is understanding the sun's transit from the sign of Gemini or Mithun to the sign of Cancer or Kark on 16 July 2020. Now this is also known as Dakshinayan, that is the sun starts its southern journey from this day. Om Shri Durgaye Namah. So now the sun is considered as the king of the solar system. All the planets revolve around the sun. The sun stays in one sign for a period of 1 month and then it moves into the next sign. So whenever the sun transits from one sign to the next, that phenomena is known as Sankranti. So in a year, you will have 12 Sankrantis because we have 12 signs. However, on 16 July 2020, the sun is going to enter from the sign of Mithun to the sign of Kark, and therefore this is known as Kark Sankranti. Kark Sankranti is considered very important because this actually marks the beginning of Dakshinayan, that is the journey of the sun from the north to the southern direction towards the sign of Capricorn. Okay, so now for 6 months the sun is going to move from Cancer towards the sign of Capricorn. The sun's transit through the signs of Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio and Sagittarius is known as Dakshinayan. So Dakshinayan is a 6-month period and it covers the seasons of autumn, rainy season and winter. During Dakshinayan, the days become shorter and the nights become longer. Dakshinayan is also considered as the night time for the Devas. Okay, whereas Uttarayan, that is the journey of the sun from the sign of Capricorn or Makar towards the sign of Cancer, is called as the northern journey and it represents the daytime of the Devas. Since Dakshinayan represents the night time of the Devas, okay, many auspicious activities are forbidden during this period. In fact, this is considered as a period for fasting and penance. So it is a time when you do rigorous penance, you do rigorous fasting to attain the grace of God. The period of Dakshinayan also covers certain months which are known as Pitru Paksha, that is the time when our ancestors descend from the Pitru Lok or the abode of ancestors to the earth and they expect us to propitiate them by giving them food, by making offerings in the name of our ancestors. It is widely believed that doing offerings and certain rituals in the name of our ancestors during the Pitru Paksha period, which also falls under the ambit of Dakshinayan, gives them salvation. And in return, we receive the blessings of our ancestors, which in turn brings auspiciousness and good things in our life. Now look at this chart. In this chart, till 15th July 2020, the sun was present in the sign of Gemini or Mithun. And on 16th July 2020, the sun transits into the sign of Kark. So I have shown this transit of the sun into the sign of Kark by a curved blue arrow, as you can see in the figure. And this transit of the sun is known as Kark Sankranti and it marks the beginning of the period of Dakshinayan, which lasts for 6 months starting from this date. Now let us quickly analyze what is the impact of this transit on each of the ascendants or rashis. Okay, So we will begin with Mesh Rashi or Mesh Lagna. Now for Mesh Lagna, the sun is the ruler of the fifth house. The sun rules the sign of Leo or Sinha, and the fifth lord is now entering into the fourth house, that is in the sign of Kark. Now Kark is a watery sign and sun represents fire. Okay. Kark is also owned by the moon, so sun is entering into a friendly sign. But what happens when fire interacts with water? Okay, there is bound to be steam. And the fourth house or the sign of Kark represents our emotions. So the fourth house also represents the mother. Okay, so in this period, please avoid fighting with your mother, having any disputes with your mother, because that is what is most likely to happen. The fifth house also represents our learning, right? And sun is ruling the fifth house for the Aries or Mesh ascendant, and it is entering the fourth house of comforts, happiness, etc. Okay, so what the sun is telling you is to leave your comfort zone and to try and study something new, to gain new knowledge. Next, let us move to the Taurus ascendant. For the Taurus ascendant, the sun is the ruler of the fourth house and is entering the third house, that is the sign of Kark. Now, the third house represents efforts. Okay, it represents our siblings. And the fourth house, as I said, represents comforts, represents sleep, represents luxuries. Okay, so when the lord of the fourth house enters the third house, it means you have to put in a lot of efforts to gain what you want. You have to work very hard in this period to gain the comforts that you desire. And sun, being a source of light, shows you what exactly you must do to attain these comforts. So sun tells you to put the efforts in the right direction. So it is a period where you need to work hard to gain what you want. So Taurus ascendant, for the next 1 month, be prepared to work very hard to attain what you want. Also note that the sun will be in direct opposition to Saturn, that is, Saturn will be placed in the sign of Makar. This indicates you may have some kind of friction with your siblings or with your higher authorities. So try to avoid any such friction with your siblings and with the higher authorities. Get up early in the morning, worship the rising sun, offer water to it in a copper vessel, and the sun will definitely give you good results. Let us now move to the next ascendant, that is Gemini ascendant or Mithun ascendant. Okay. Now for the Gemini ascendant, the sun rules the third house, that is the sign of Leo, and it is entering the second house, that is the sign of Kark. So Kark is the second house from Gemini. So the third lord is now entering into your second house. Second house represents your speech, it represents your family, and it also represents your wealth. Now when sun enters the second house, wherever the sun enters, it throws light in that house. Okay, and since it is the third lord, it throws light to tell you the different sources from where you can gain wealth, and also where you need to put effort to gain that wealth. So for Gemini ascendant, the sun shows you different avenues by which you can gain wealth. The sign of Cancer also represents the masses, okay, and sun represents fame. So in this period, you may get a lot of fame within your family and even in your workplace. So this is a good period for the Gemini ascendant. This transit of the sun is very good for you because it will show you how to earn wealth through new sources. Let us now move to the Cancer ascendant or the Kark ascendant. Okay. For the Kark ascendant, the sun is the ruler of the second house. Okay. And the ruler of the second house is entering the first house. First house represents you yourself. Second house represents wealth. And sun represents fame. Okay. So for Cancer ascendants, for the Kark ascendants, this is a very good period wherein you will get a lot of name and fame, mainly within your family, within your relatives. Okay, because the sun represents fame. Just take care of one thing, that you don't become very proud when you gain this fame, when you gain this name by the grace of the sun. So be grateful to God, because sun is giving you a lot of fame and name. Sun will also give you a lot of wealth in this period. So this 1 month, that is from 16th July to 16th August, is very auspicious for the Cancer ascendant or Kark ascendant. Now let us move to the next ascendant, that is the Leo ascendant or Sima ascendant or Sima Lagna. Okay, Sun is the ruler of the sign of Leo, and he is entering the 12th house from the sign of Leo. That is, he is entering the sign of Kark. Okay, the first house always represents your health. Sun himself is a Karaka of health. He is a Karaka of power and vitality. And when the Karaka of power, vitality and health enters the 12th house of losses, okay, it represents a loss in the significations ruled by the sun. And therefore this is a period where you need to be very careful with your health. Okay, do exercise properly, do meditate properly. Okay, worship the sun, rising sun, give water as an offering to the rising sun, chant the Gayatri mantra, and take good care of your health, is what I will say for the Leo ascendant or the Sima ascendant. There is definitely bound to be some issues with the health, because Saturn is also aspecting the sun, who is present in your 12th house. So Leo ascendants, take extreme care of your health. Now let us move to the next ascendant, that is the Virgo ascendant or the Kanya ascendant. For Virgo ascendant or Kanya ascendant, the sun rules the 12th house, that is the sign of Leo, and he is entering the 11th house, that is the sign of Kark. Okay, so 11th house is the house of gains, and being the 12th lord for the Kanya ascendant, sun represents losses. Okay, so it is a good time for you to do donations, okay, to prevent such losses. So donate to the blind people, donate to the poor children, and definitely this will save you from making unnecessary losses, which the sun's transit into your 11th house can bring about. Let us move to the next ascendant, that is the Libra ascendant or the Tula ascendant or Tula Lagna. Okay. So for Tula Lagna, the sun rules the 11th house, that is the sign of Leo or Sima, and he is entering into the 10th house, that is the sign of Kark. So the Lord of Gains is entering into your career place or your workplace. Okay, so in your business you will get a lot of name and fame during this period. This period will be very good for your career. So next 1 month, whatever you want to achieve in your career, do try to attain that, and the sun will definitely help you to attain that. Let us move to the Scorpio ascendant or the Vrishik ascendant or Vrishik Lagna. For Vrishik Lagna, the sun rules the 10th house of career, and the ruler of this 10th house is going to enter into your 9th house. So the 9th house from Vrishik is nothing but the sign of Kark, where the sun is entering. So the 10th lord is entering into the house of good fortune. Okay, he is entering into the house of dharma, he is entering into the house of spirituality. So this is a good time where you can meet your gurus, you can meet your teachers, get wisdom from them. Okay, and that wisdom will help you a lot in your career, in your business, in your workplace. So do try to meet your teachers, your gurus, and that will be highly beneficial to you. Next, let us move to the Dhanu ascendant, Dhanu Lagna, or Sagittarius ascendant. Okay, for the Sagittarius ascendant, the sun is the ninth lord and he is entering or transiting into your 8th house. That is the sign of Kark or Cancer, is the 8th house for a Sagittarius or a Dhanu ascendant. Okay, 8th house represents misfortune, ninth lord represents fortune. So when the lord of fortune is moving into your 8th house also represents obstacles. It represents hidden enemies, hidden things, buried things, etc. Okay, so definitely this is not a good period for your health. Okay, so take extreme care of your health during this period. Worship the rising sun, offer it water, chant the Gayatri mantra, and this will help you from the problems which the sun's transit may create for you. Now let us move to the Makar ascendant or the Capricorn ascendant. Okay, Makar Rashi or Makar ascendant already has Shani present in it, and Shani is aspecting the sign of Kark, which is the 7th house from Makar. Also now on 16 July, Sun is going to enter into this 7th house. For Makar ascendant, the Sun rules the 8th house. Since the 8th Lord is entering into the 7th house of partnerships and marriage, okay, and this 8th Lord is also going to be aspected by Shani. Definitely in your business partnerships or with your spouse, there is bound to be a lot of ego clashes. Okay, so avoid unnecessary arguments, unnecessary friction, and unnecessary fights with your business partners, with your bosses, and with your wife in particular. So for Makar ascendant or for Capricorn ascendant, I'll say this is a average transit. Okay, it is not a very good transit. Now let us move to the next ascendant, that is the Aquarius ascendant or the Kumbh ascendant. For Aquarius ascendant, the sun rules the 7th house of Simha and he is going to enter into your 6th house, that is in the sign of Kark. So Kark is 6 signs away from Kumbh, if you see. So the 7th lord is going to enter the 6th house of conflicts, diseases, debts, etc. Okay, now wherever sun is placed, sun throws light in that house. Okay, so this is a period where the sun makes you aware of your own inner weaknesses. It makes you aware of your diseases, etc. Okay, so this is a period where you may have certain problems related to your immunity, etc. Okay, so again for Kumbh ascendant or Aquarius ascendant, while the sun helps you overcome your problems, your diseases, etc., do take good care of your health, okay, because it is going to give you some minor health problems in this period. The good part is that it helps you overcome your enemies in your workplace, in your business environment, okay, and it also gives you a lot of name and fame during this period. Now let us move to the last ascendant, that is the Pisces ascendant or the mean ascendant or mean lagna. For mean lagna, the sun is the ruler of the 6th house and he is going to enter into your 5th house. So, sixth house also represents service, it represents your workplace, whereas the fifth house represents love, romance, knowledge, etc. Okay, so in your workplace, you have a very good opportunity, that is, you are going to get a very good opportunity to learn something new. Okay, this is a period where you can take new initiatives, new courses, learn new things, and gain a lot of expertise. Also, because of this knowledge, the sun is going to give you a lot of name and fame. So, definitely for Pisces ascendant or mean ascendant, this is a very good transit. So, friends, this was my analysis of Sun transit into the sign of Cancer from 16th July to 16th August 2020. Now, if you like this video, please mark it as liked on YouTube. If you have not subscribed to our channel, Kamath Astrology on YouTube, you can do so by clicking the subscribe button and you will be automatically notified when I add a new video. For any queries, please email me at astrosevaworld@yahoo.com and we will be glad to assist you. To reach out to us, you can also visit our website astroseva.tripod.com or download our mobile application Kamath Astrology on Google Play Store. So friends, hope you enjoyed this video. We'll see you shortly with another video. Till then, take care, stay home, stay safe. Bye.